Hello and welcome to our design draft presentation. We are Camilla and Laura and introduce you to Campus Mosaic. Based on our analysis and experiences with the campus, we found that although the campus has several uses, the post-education use is poor. So we came up with the question, how can we develop a campus for all users? The campus, as a district of Freising, already has a characteristic image. This image is the basis to structure the western area for development and to strengthen the image of the prevailing campus. It indicates the development possibilities through the area created by regulations. It shows a clear hierarchy. There are areas with high structural development potential on topography heights, here in purple, mixed areas for light interventions, turquoise, and open space that must be kept free, here in green. Our aim is to improve the usability of the campus and the accessibility of knowledge for all users by establishing multiple use areas. Therefore, we want to strengthen the identity of the green campus as well as the micro-identities of the individual institute areas. To achieve and strengthen the campus image in detail, we work with thematic areas in form of mosaic stones. The thematic areas are education, everyday life, leisure, and ecology. The emphasis is on education, as this is the most identify-forming theme on campus and it should be made accessible to everyone. By strengthening and adding the other themes, everyday life, leisure, and ecology, on campus, the usability for all users will be further improved. To strengthen the green campus identity, a green grid will be established as the holding structure of the campus. The individual mosaic stones are held in place by fugues. These are, on the one hand, guiding elements, a combination of path and tree avenues and rows, on the other hand, nodes in the form of plazas combined with group of trees. These are located between the individual mosaic stones and at the same time form a mobility network with important nodes on the entire campus. The campus image as the basis for the Western Campus expansion and the use of our building set with mosaic stones and fugues resulted in this master plan. The concept of mosaic stones creates a better structure and at the same time a densification of the existing campus. Existing thematic areas could be strengthened and missing structural elements could be added. The existing main axis of the campus will be extended to the west up to Dürnast, following the heights and the prevailing building axis. The building structures of the campus extension are oriented along this main road. The establishment of ecology stones extends and strengthens the existing green structures and better integrates Dürnast as a part of the campus into the structural image. Dürnast will also be expanded with everyday life stones due to its high location to prevent monofunctional use. Here, living space for students and young families will be created. The green network has been strengthened by the establishment of green corridors. At the same time, the definition of ecologically valuable areas, such as extensively used meadows and wetlands, allowed important lines of sight to be preserved. The overview plan of the build-up areas shows a clear structure of the build-up heights and a fixed structure of the building volumes oriented on a main axis. Furthermore, the transport system was improved. The campus is now connected by several bus routes. The main axis and the extension of the road network now allows a fast connection with the bike. The further fugues between the individual thematic areas of the mosaic enable better accessibility to individual campus structures. Construction Phase 1 will structure the campus for the next 5 years with the applied design and prepare the building pits for Phase 2. The western node will be developed over the next 10 years. The completion of Phase 2 is the beginning of the campus west sub-area. Phase 3 will start with the next 15 years. A further mobility node will be established and extensively used meadows as well as the green structure will be extended, integrating Dürnast completely. In Phase 4, Dürnast will be further structured. Education will be expanded with the everyday life structures. Phase 5 will be the completion of the campus west sub-area and could happen in 30 years if needed. No matter what part of the campus, you always move through communication rooms. These communication rooms on the campus are arranged as public, semi-private, and private. A good example of this is the wooden platform with integrated seating elements. Users of the entire campus can linger, work, meet, and be spontaneously involved in a conversation. An example of semi-private rooms are the patios, which are open on one side. A large part of the elevated seating structures of the inner courtyard is oriented towards the institute building. The patio of the round student residence is a private outdoor area and is mainly used by the students living there. The connection between the old campus and Campus West is achieved via a mobility node. A new bus stop is integrated, and the transition of the main road with the pavement change makes this clear. Areas in the valley will be converted into extensive and wetland areas. Research areas will be placed in the areas between the open valley and the built area on heights. The dense vegetation along the Hohenbachenstraße is continued with a tree avenue and is thus part of the green grid. It serves as a support of the campus and as a green buffer to the adjacent settlement.
For a better spatial understanding, the structures just mentioned are now shown in the form of a bird's eye view. The new building structures show a campus extension adapted to the existing building structures. The structural hierarchy from a densely built-up area on the heights to open organic forms in the valley area is clearly visible. A new large-scale public structure is the Apple Terraces as a social meeting place. Among other things, the apple orchard is a place to stay, learn, play, or relax. In autumn, large harvesting events are planned here. The new water areas are an extension of the areas in Thalahauser Graben. The main axis, which runs from the existing campus to the west side, is a guiding element through the campus. It acts as a backbone that supports the new campus structure to the west. In order to get a feeling for the flow of the built-up areas to the open spaces and their communication areas, we made a sectional view of a location marked in the land use plan. Obvious communication spaces on campus are lecture halls, seminar rooms, workrooms, and offices. The exchange with colleagues usually begins on the way there. Thus, a plaza, a path, or a neighborhood room also becomes a decisive communication space. With the help of outdoor furniture and workspaces with outdoor areas, we create an open and flexible environment for the exchange of information. One example of this is the broad terraced steps between the mobility house and the institute building. Here you will find flexible seating over a large area with a water-bound path ceiling and integrated seating steps. Next to the main avenue are bioswales. They serve as an accompanying element and collect rainwater at the same time, but more on this later. The wooden terrace with integrated seating elements serves as a large communication platform. The combination of the wooden deck with the bioswale also provides a cooling function after rainfall. The adjacent outdoor area of the institute buildings offers a good view of the sedimentation ponds and the open space of the Institute of Animal Science. In the area of the integrated ecologically valuable areas such as the sedimentation pond, there are opportunities for future education in the form of knowledge boards and adventure playgrounds. The plan to be seen here shows the common areas a little closer. The main avenue, which runs through the entire campus, is paved and enables a quick change of bikes. The accompanying tree-lined avenue stands in a water-bound path with the possibility of spontaneous vegetation. These areas serve as a resting and moving area for pedestrians. The water areas to be seen here are bioswales. The shallow depressions accompany the main road, collecting rainwater from the surfaces and transferring it to sedimentation ponds, which filter the water and then return it to the natural water cycle. Further public area are the study nests. Here you can sit in a round area slightly shielded from the surroundings by willows. The slightly permeable greenery creates a calm atmosphere with connection to the surroundings. As electricity and internet is available at the nests, it can also be used as an outdoor work area. The existing glass house that the Gründerzentrum will be integrated and converted into a meeting room. Between the institute buildings of the center of the integrated infection prevention patio, there is a green area for free use. Stairs in front of the north building serve as a seating. To reinforce the green image of the campus, ecologically valuable vegetation structures will also be adapted to the buildings. Green roofs are temperature regulating and can store a certain amount of water. This is of great importance as we have to expect heavy rainfall in the future. The new buildings with flat roofs being built on the campus will therefore have green roofs. They will also provide another habitat for insects and plants. Greenery on facades regulates the microclimate between buildings. It helps to keep the spaces between buildings cool and create a generally pleasant climate on the entire campus. The greening of the facades also leads to noise and air regulations. The use of the tree species is based on the existing tree species on the campus and will be used in sustainable locations. Along the main road and nearby bioswales, almos incana is used. These store a large amount of CO2 over a long period of time and bind road dust. On hot days, they provide shade, which improves the water quality in streams and make it easier to use the main road as well as other pathways. Bioswales are both an important accompanying element of our main road and a transitional element into the open spaces. The bioswales are an ecological enrichment of the campus. The use of water as a resource and open waterways are of great ecological benefit. With the integration of bioswales, habitats for animals such as birds, smaller mammals, insects, and amphibians will be created. Water is collected from the roofs and impermeable coverings by water runoff in bioswales and is channeled to the sedimentation pond. Here the water is sedimented and purified by plants before being released into the natural water cycle. Due to heavy rainfall, a wet meadow near the Thalerhauser Graben was developed which can be flooded for shorter periods of time. We have achieved our goal of making the campus and its knowledge more accessible for users with the following key points: better usability of the whole campus, strengthened green structure, strong identity, campus-appropriate expansion, accessibility of knowledge through communication areas. Thank you so much for your attention.